All right, hi Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly Tarot and Oracle live guidance reading. This one is from 23 till 31 March 2020 for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending. If it's your first time to the channel, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you for coming back. Very much appreciated. This is a general reading, so whatever resonates with you, accept it in your heart, and what doesn't resonate, just release it with peace and let it go. Okay. As always, let's connect in our heart space. So if it's safe for you to relax, I'd like to ask you to take in a nice deep breath and just save it in your heart space for a moment. Release and let it go. Okay. And there's a whole lot of commotion happening in the world at the moment with corona, with some other fears. So let's just take a nice deep breath again, open our heart space and just go into that nice space of love and light and the greatest potential and the greatest good of all. Okay. Opening that heart space, release and letting go. Okay. I wish all of you the best. I hope that you are safe where you are. Know that you are in my prayers. Okay. And yeah, Sagittarius. This is the reading for Sagittarius or for cross watchers. Welcome. I'll be taking a look into your recent past, your present, and your immediate future. And then I'll end off with 3 cards from the universe as well as 2 oracle cards for you, just to see exactly where things are going. Okay. So general reading for Sagittarius. If you want to have a personal detailed reading, you can just scroll down. All the details are down below for you how to do that as well. Okay. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian Nelson. I'm in the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Cape Town here in South Africa. And I'm a holistic wellness practitioner. Okay, let's see what we got for you. Okay, the cards are already falling out. So this is your recent past, your present, and the immediate future. This is interesting. So I have just finished off doing the reading for Aries and then for Leo. Obviously with you being the the third sign for the fire signs, and we'll see where it goes. I can see some similarities here actually, but we'll see where it goes. Any sound at the back, please excuse that. We'll see what we got. All right. Oh, what is the overall reading for the overall energy for the reading? It's interesting. I pulled it out, but yeah, I pulled out 2. Yep. Sagittarius, you definitely want to go and have a look at the Leo reading that I uploaded just before this one, because I see a lot of similar cards coming out here, but the overall energy, it seems to be interpreted differently though, but let's just see where it goes, where it takes us. So overall energy at the moment, you've got the Hermit and you've got the 8 of Swords. Okay. So if you are feeling stuck at the moment, for those of you feeling stuck, for those of you not sure which direction to turn, and especially when you pull out a overall energy card for the reading and more than one comes out as it just did now, it's usually quite a strong, quite a powerful message that's coming your way. Okay, so for those of you feeling trapped, feeling that you don't have anywhere to turn to, actually feeling that you need to do something, this is not so much a time for doing, this is more a time for allowing. Okay, maybe feeling a lot of the emotions that you haven't been feeling for a while. Okay, so for the recent past, you've got the Fool in reverse that popped out right there in the beginning. You have got the Emperor and you have got the 2 of Swords. So many of you are definitely feeling stuck. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Okay, absolutely feeling stuck there for quite a number of you. In your present situation, you've got the King of Swords, but you're dealing with it. You see it? Or rather, some of you felt stuck, but you kind of dealt with it. I feel that some of you kind of had a like a fresh start, like a new beginning. But there was a bit of almost like a holding on, maybe feeling that this first needs to happen or that first needs to happen before actually going to that next phase. Okay. 7 of Swords, but some of you really stepped away from what you needed to step away from, and Knight of Cups, which aligned you. I love this card specifically. I find it to be one of the most beautiful cards in the whole deck, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. But Knight of Cups. It's like a beautiful blessing, miracle coming through for you at the moment, okay? And then going forward, some of you, well, there with Eight of Cups, you'll step away for some things, not just from people and situations, but I feel also from some habits. And there with Four of Wands, specifically here going forward. For some things, almost like the way that you were set that this is how life is going to be. Some of you had that kind of set out in your mind. And then just the last card there, Nine of Swords. But it's almost like reverting back to, in a sense, almost the previous sort of ways of being. So moving on quite powerfully, letting a whole lot of things go, but then feeling a little bit almost like out of sync, out of touch with things. So almost kind of wanting to go back to how things may have been before. So look out for that one, because there's, as we said in the recent past, there seems to be like a false beginning. Like it's time to move on. Everything is kind of laid out there for you, but it's like you're fooling yourself into believing that you can still stick around. Okay. So first of all, clarifying the overall energy, the Hermit, and the Eight of Swords there for you, and you got the Three of Pentacles, and you got the Ten of Swords. Okay. So yeah. Some of you are really focusing on the past, it's really focusing on what didn't work, focusing on how your heart's been hurt before. It's like there's quite a bit of energy from the past that might shock even you, because a lot of you might think that you've actually dealt with these things. And now it's coming up again and you're like, what? Okay. So it might even kind of hit you a little bit for a six. So let's see what we got. Okay, so I'm going to clarify. I'm going to start. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay. We're going to start. Oh, my goodness. We're going to clarify the recent past. Yeah. Okay. Now it's starting to make a whole lot of sense. So let's start with the Fool that came out in reverse in the recent past. Okay. I feel there's like a stall, almost like a stuck energy, but it's like you're stalling yourself. Okay. It's almost like a hesitation to move forward. But then look at what you have. What a lovely, lovely confirmation are you getting there. The Hanged Man, the Magician, the Hanged Man, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So life is letting you know that even though change may seem a little bit scary and you might be rather hesitant to maybe move forward, that you've got everything that you need to actually do so. And in a way that might actually really get people to kind of sit up and take notice of you. Okay? Yeah. Again, the Hanged Man. Remember, we started off with the Hermit there, with the initial overall energy. There's some overthinking taking place over here. Thinking too much in the headspace. Almost quite a focus on the things that may go wrong. Okay. But if you can kind of give yourself a break, even be it a meditation or step away or whatever it might be, something really beautiful could come through for you there. Okay. Then we've got the Emperor. So a lot of you, this is not striking you as news. You know what to do. Okay. It's actually like a lot of you will actually say, I'm well familiar with what it is that I need to do, but doing it it's a bit of a different thing. Okay, you've got the Seven of Wands for clarifying, the Eight of Cups, and the High Priestess. Remember, you also have the Eight of Cups here in your immediate future. So some of you are you're dealing with some issues from the past, but you're trying to kind of take that into the future without actually kind of dealing with it. So it's almost like if I ignore it long enough, it'll just kind of go away. If I don't give it any sort of, it's almost like very clever spiritual talk. If I don't give it any energy, then it doesn't exist. Um, so, but this is not going to work. Okay? If I don't give it any sort of attention, it'll just cease to exist. It'll be fine. It's going to be cool. Don't you worry. I don't think it's going to work out for you. Okay? It's not going to work out that way, so watch out for that. Yeah. 8 of Cups. You see, you can't step away, and also with the High Priestess, they're very powerful message. We'll see where it goes next. But you can't step away from the past, but keep little bits of it behind. So it's like many of you I feel that you deal with like 95% of stuff, but like that 5% is just not so convenient to deal with it. So it's almost like you for many of you almost like in a space of denial, saying I'm not going to deal with it. Okay, not really doing yourself any favors over there, because let's see, thing is, when you don't deal with the energy pattern, it carries on through life with you. Okay, and in the back, it's like one of those. It's like having had, say, maybe like a pet mouse in your house and it got loose. I know, because it happened with one of my cousins. It starts creating problems. Okay, you can't really ignore it, because look at that 2 of Swords. Whatever is nagging you there at the back, it's still pulling through a feeling of almost in a sense of being a little bit. And when my nose itches, I know that I hit a spot. It's like whatever you don't deal with, it still keeps on kind of piggybacking off you, and it's not nice. You're not enjoying it. Okay, and many of you started to, therefore, Swords. There's a strong desire to take your energy back. Some of you started to take your energy back. Some of you started to take your power back. 4 of Swords, step very much into your power. Knight of Swords, really in your power, stepping forward, taking on big projects, winning deals, all kinds of lovely stuff. But some of you have really been overdoing it. Okay? Be careful of not going into that all of nothing sort of space, where either you're on my side and you're my friend, and if you're not on my side, you're my enemy. Be careful of that, okay? Because you might be seeing a bit of a warped, sort of twatted version of the world. Okay, so King of Swords, this is the present energy we're looking at now. King of Swords, 7 of Swords, and Knight of Cups. Okay, so there is, your efforts will pay off. So if you go forward and boldly sort of raging forward, and even if it means that you step over some people, your efforts will pay off. But let's see what we have there, because you want to be careful of not creating some regrets. It's so interesting how this reading in some ways actually corresponds with the Leo one that I just did before. So do yourself a favor and go and have a look at that one. And then let me know, because now I'm also intrigued to know. Okay, good. So we are clarifying the present for you. Feel some major breakthroughs coming your way, but you want to be prepared for it. You want to be ready. Okay, with this King of Swords, there's nothing wrong with knowing what you want. It's actually a good thing to know what you want, but just be careful to not go into almost a dark sort of energy of it, because look at this. Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands, and 2 of Wands. So your heart's desires are coming true. I mean, the 4 of Wands is also in your immediate future. So I feel that many of you will meet someone. This could be on a romantic sense, but it might be in a more professional capacity, or somebody that helps your professional life expand. Okay? Blessings coming through for you right now, or opportunities coming through for you right now. Okay? Um, Look out for the signs. A lot of things, if it's not happening, it's indicating that it might seem like a lot of synchronicities and coincidences, but a lot of the things that it is that you actually want, you'll start to see the signs for it. Or somebody else might just be talking about it, and it seems like a coincidence, but remember, there's not really anything as a coincidence in the universe, all right? Maybe life wants you to pay attention to certain things, so whatever comes up repeatedly, actually pay attention to that, because it's kind of trying to lead you, it guides you towards your dreams, and it lets you know, the angels, that it's coming. Okay, for those of you that are looking to relationship to go to the next level, to get married, or for those of you that actually want freedom from marriage via divorce, whatever sort of freedom of the heart it is that you want, it's like the twin flame journey really works out, and sometimes that means that things don't work out the way that you wanted to see them, because there's still one or two lessons that you needed to learn. But you guys are very focused on how you'd like your life to be 2 years from now, 5 years from now. Okay, so there's quite a strong focus on that, which is a good thing. Let's just see, what else do we have? 7 of Swords. So yeah, many of you may realize, in a way, sort of the errors of your past, the way that wasn't serve you best, and have the willingness to do things differently now. Okay? There with 5 of Swords, and it clarifies not really fighting so much, and just that almost giving up a lot of fights. With Ace of Wands, there opens a whole new avenue again of blessings coming through for you. And 2 of Swords. So I feel that for many of you, it is like your heart's desires are coming true. It is like what you wanted is basically coming to pass. But now that it is, it's almost like you're asking yourself, how do I deal with this now? Almost feeling like you're getting what you want, but feeling like it's a little bit ahead of its time, like you would have appreciated maybe 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks of preparation. Okay? Let's see, what else do we have here for your 23 till 31 March reading. So Knight of Cups, those heart desires coming through. Yeah. Clarifying 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the 9 of Cups. Okay, so it's I feel that even though for many of you, this opportunity and things coming through might be kind of caught you a little bit unawares, even though it did, and even though you might not know how to move forward, you still, you're not giving up. It's like, I like this thing that Richard Branson said, the founder of the Virgin Corporation. It's like, when somebody makes you an offer, even if you don't know how to do it, still say yes, and then find a way to, to do it, to learn, to whatever. So many of you in that space where you're getting offers, it might seem like a little premature. You're like, oh my goodness, I don't know, I'm not sure. But there's something inside you, like your soul is crying out yes. And many of you are answering the word yes. And the good news is it's working out really well for you. Okay? It might be very stressful on the onset, but it works out really, really well for you going forward. Okay. Now we're going to clarify the immediate future, where we had the 8 of Cups and 4 of Wands. So the 8 of Cups was first, followed by the 4 of Wands, and finishing off there with the 9 of Swords. Okay. A lot of the things that you might be concerned about happening, going wrong, actually won't happen. So try not to overthink. Love, 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 love. Love. Yep. It's so interesting. I'll tell you now. Because a lot of you are getting what you want, and that in itself is giving you stress. It's almost like, this is what I want, and when it comes through, you're like, oh my goodness, wasn't it too easy? Okay. So with that stepping away there, there's a number of you that your relationships are ending, your marriages are ending, you're stepping away, your divorces are finalized, all that sort of thing. But I feel that it serves both parties best. So if you had any sort of ongoing thing, maybe it was dragging a bit, you can suddenly just find yourself that it's ready or that it's finalized. Okay. Um, and also a lot of you might actually be in relationship that you thought, it's nice, it's cool, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, but then boom, you suddenly get proposed to. You get wonderful things coming in your love, office, coin, abundance, prosperity. I don't know why I get a lot of house for a lot of you. Okay. So everything works out, and this is why I smiled a little bit earlier on. So everything works out the way that you want it to work out. Going forward, very suddenly, wonderful prospects, everything looking fantastic, many reasons to celebrate, and you go like, oh, oi, 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 oi. I don't know. You know, almost like looking for loopholes, because as I said, remember, it feels like a lot of your blessings are coming through, but it feels a little premature. So you don't feel 100% prepared, all of you. Okay. And so there's a bit of overthinking that is stepping in there, kind of like looking for the flaws, how things can go wrong. Okay. And it's really freaking some of you out. But don't be, because the Empress says that don't worry, abundance is flowing, everything is good, everything is beautiful. The Empress is all about abundance, and the Empress is basically saying to you, take a chill pill. Everything is in divine order, everything is in divine time. The Empress is literally saying to you, this is coming to you, take a chill pill. Okay? And then again, with one of our going forward immediate future, you'll remember that one of the clarifiers here just underneath the Empress was the Nine of Swords. Okay. And then again, same thing, take a chill pill. Your blessings are divinely lined up the way that it should be, the way it's going to be in your best interest. Okay. So try not to overthink, try not to overthink too much. Okay. Just checking something out for you real quickly. Just wanted to see something that you're reading. Okay. All right. So, clarifying that Nine of Swords there, we've got the Chariot. So there's a lot of emotions, very, Cancer sort of energy coming in there. And also I feel that for many of you, you are getting someone in that there's a lot of emotions in the show. And for you, it might be a little bit overwhelming. You'll be like, how do I even deal with this? Okay. The Devil and then the Six of Swords. So the Chariot, it's almost like an influx of say you've been expecting to maybe go to like a museum, for example, like a war museum, So you've been expecting to see spears and swords and guns and patterns or whatever, but when you get there, you actually realize that it's a flower show. So it's not necessarily bad, but it kind of throws you a little bit because you don't feel quite prepared for it. Okay, just because you don't feel prepared for it there with the Devil card doesn't mean that it's bad. Okay, go with the flow. Okay. Just because something isn't right the way that you prefer it to be right doesn't by default make it wrong. Okay? Just be mindful of that. The Empress is reminding you of that. Okay? Now, let me grab for you 3 cards from the universe, and then I'm also going to grab for you 2 oracle cards to see where we're going. Okay? And then Sagittarius, I want to know what's up. I want to have comments from you. You'll need to let me know what's happening over here. And of course. So, I like where you are going. It's a very powerful energy where you're literally stepping into your strength, and it's a bit scary for some of you. Okay? And it happened when you started to step away from some things. So you may not have stepped away as gloriously or ballerina like gently as it might have been in your best interest, but it's good because it's going to positive ways with the Seven of Pentacles there. Okay, remember, it's not how you start, it's how you end. Let's see what we have for you here. Oracle cards, life guidance cards. I love these cards. They're a little funny, but they're very motivational and they're very spot on cue. Okay, so we've got one, and let's just get the other one for you as well, Sag. Look at that, popping right out. Passion and pleasure, sorry, savor your life. Okay? Savor the moment, live in the moment, embrace the moment, carpe diem. Okay, and there we go. And earlier disappointments were just rehearsal for the great stuff coming your way. Okay, and then at the back it says, never regret love, or I would say any moment that you really love, because I feel that life is love. No matter how blind, it improved your vision. No matter how foolish, it made you wiser. And no matter how generous, it made you more. Haba haba, the universe. Okay, so yeah, just go with the flow and let the blessings flow as they, as they are meant for you, Sagittarius. All right, and may your life expand in beautiful ways, and so it is. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your energy. My name is Adrian H. Nelson. I'm a holistic wellness practitioner in the beautiful Cape Town of South Africa. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, share, book yourself a personal detailed reading. I'll see you all very soon.